So it's week 7. 7. I can count. When we get to the point where I have to take off my shoes, this will be problematic. I just got back from a kind of mini vacation. Went down to Charleston to see my folks. My parents, who are from Philly originally, but lived in Connecticut the whole time I grew up, moved down to Charleston because they were tired of shoveling and dealing with snow and all that stuff a couple years ago. And so I got to go down there with my girlfriend and spend some time with them, introduce them, and kind of enjoy a different city. And I got a chance to ride my bike down there in the driving rain, which was pretty awesome. I kind of like riding in the rain. It's kind of a fun thing. But
Did not separate your shoulder.
I did not hurt my shoulder. That is key. There was just scene of a very unfortunate accident last year. But I had a good time getting to see my family and spend some time with them. And we were talking about it tonight when we were recording with Anthony Clark, about what family is to some extent, and how family doesn't just exist within the confines of the people you're related to. And I've lived in the Midwest since the mid-90s when I went to school. I grew up in the Midwest, for lack of a better term. My sister went to school on the East Coast and spent a lot more time with my family. And it's not that my family and I were estranged by any stretch of the word, but there was a lot of distance, both physical and otherwise. I mean, I was making life choices that weren't exactly the life choices that people might have wanted me to make at that time, and probably wasn't the best life choices for me to be making, but I made them, and that certainly put some distance and stress on me being part of that family. And it is really interesting to me now, being older, and thinking about what my future holds and what I want to have and what a family would look like for me, not just on that piece of it, and thinking about all that stuff in the context of spending time with my family. My parents are getting older. I mean, that's part of life. Dealing with those things and thinking about all that stuff, it's really interesting because I look at the people in my life who, outside of my immediate family, have become that. And it's like Anthony talks about in this upcoming week's episode. You bring people around you that become your family. And it's taken me, 20 years of my life to really understand that all of those people had the same influence on me. My chosen family had the same influence on me that my parents and my sister and everybody did. I'm not a massively fundamentally different person, but what they did is they gave me experiences, and they taught me about perspective. And I was sitting down with my dad and talking about his change in perspective. My dad's getting ready to turn 70, and he's still working, and he's working in a job that's vastly different from what he used to do, but he's working with people, and he's always been awesome with them, but he's sitting there learning perspective from a whole new family that he's effectively adopted and has been brought into. And that's all we're really doing, is traveling in different spaces where we're adopting and being adopted by different people that are our family. And it's amazing to see, when you open yourself up to those experiences, what those people can teach you and how you can start to see life through a different lens. I never used to understand what my parents were talking about. I was like, I don't get that. That doesn't make any sense to me. That's not how I want to live my life. Now I'm older and I'm like, I fully understand what you were talking about. I didn't realize it at that point, but now I've got it. But I still have that same realization from all the people who are my chosen family, John and his wife Amanda, and my friends that I grew up in the rave scene with back in the day in Indiana, and they're all far flung all across the world now doing crazy stuff. and you know, some people still in that industry, and just all of those people, how they touched my life, and they continue to give perspective because they're part of my chosen family and the people that I've really wanted to surround myself with. And I don't ever want to stop reaching for those things. And it's so cool seeing my dad reaching out to this new family of people that he works with to get this massively different perspective than he's had and what that's doing to change him as a person. And it really got me thinking about where other people have changed me, and the family has changed me to be a different person or be more open to other experiences. So, you know, this week, if you're looking for new experiences, they're there are in the people that you're surrounded with. Open yourself to their perspectives and ask questions about that. I mean, I think that's what we do every week on this show, is like try to build a bigger family of this bike industry where we're saying, hey, you know, this person over here has this. Aisha has this story. Anthony Clark has this story. Jeremy has this story. Katie Macarelli has this. You know, everybody has a different story, but we're trying to create that family that you can be part of, and by learning that story, change your perspective so that you become a better person, a more well-rounded person. And I kind of brought that into a little bit of clarity just by spending time with my folks who I don't get to see a whole lot. So this week, think about the family you have around you and open yourself to those experiences. Make sure you smash, because I think that's what the millennials say, smash the like button and smash subscribe. Just smash bunches of things. TVs, if you're listening to Anthony. And really engage with us and let us know what you think and what you want to hear. So peace out. Talk to you guys soon.